Yeah. I don't know.
Welcome to the SID's View podcast. What's up, everybody?
Sounds kind of invading.
It is. Well, we're like that.
What's up?
Ready to roll. Ready to roll.
Raining cats and dogs outside.
Is it?
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I'm inside, so.
Yeah, I know. I stepped on a poodle on the way in. Stupid, right? I know.
That's
A
terrible.
little bit.
Yeah, I think I read that in JJ's book. It is.
The what?
There was a book or something. It was like Raining Cats and Dogs or something like that. Or whatever. I read books now with JJ a lot.
You read?
It's about time
so
that you.
No,
proud
you know
of
what's great about it? Because
you.
there's like 2 sentences and the words are really big. And now she reads them. I used to read them to her. We haven't read a book in a little bit, but.
Do you have your, like, readers on?
What?
Readers on.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Michelle, please have a talk with your kid.
Nah.
Yeah, thank you. Very little. My God.
Diego, you're being asked for advice.
What?
You're being asked for advice in the
What's
chat.
my advice? Yo, Diego, do you have any advice for me on the street stocks?
Wait a minute. Did he spell Keith Rocco's check?
Yeah,
Is that what happened?
you spelled Diego wrong. I can't even answer you. It's Diego. Diego.
Mm-hmm.
And don't ask me about advice on street stocks because I have no idea what I'd be doing in those. Tapley asked me last week, where would you be running?
Yeah, I know. I was here.
I was
did the show
why?
with you,
Yeah,
remember?
why? I was a funny question.
It was.
Yeah, why? Where would I be running? What should my answer have been?
No, that was the perfect answer. You said
First.
First, right.
That's a bad fast car. That's why.
All right.
Yep.
Minute 20. Ready to roll. Oh, listen, we got to shut that off. Right? Oh, don't start with this, Remy. Oh, no, it went off. Okay, we're good.
I would have loved.
We're good.
Oh yeah, we got a good guest in the house tonight,
Rob, are you good?
right?
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
to delete all the cache, which worked for some reason.
Right on.
Had a good pre-show.
Yep.
Well
Thursday
done.
vids are going to be short.
Thursday vids are going to be good.
Minute.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, I raced street stocks way back in 1986. All right.
Wow, you are old.
Damn.
Dude, I started
Damn.
racing in like '99 or 2000. I don't think anybody was alive in here but you.
Oh, that's me. Guy.
No shit. When were you born, Rem?
2000?
Yes, I was already racing then. Fro, you're even
Yeah, I'm 02.
02, and you?
Same.
Oh my God.
I was always married and divorced once by then.
You were?
Shit.
Wow.
Ew.
Yeah, that's a
Wow.
long time. I don't feel that old, though. I know I look good, don't I?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very resounding response there.
I know. What the hell?
All right, here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Man Cave for the next edition of the SID's View podcast. All kinds of stuff to get after it tonight and a lot happening in the coming weekend. Can't wait to get after it. Diego is in the house. What is up? That is a sweet-looking shirt, brother.
Hell
Old
yeah. Can I
school.
get a hell yeah?
Old school SID's View.
Hell yeah, man. It's been a great week. Spent some time at the bowl. A lot of double features. They just about beat Mother Nature. And then the bowl got some really cool races this week. So there's a lot to talk about tonight. I'm excited.
Lots of video clips from the bowl to go over.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
We got the Reminator over here on the controls.
Am I going to be the one doing this?
Well, I asked RJ Marcotte to do it, but he's still at the back of the SK field pass wondering what the hell just happened.
Yo, yo, yo! It's a beautiful Tuesday. I'm here with my boys. Let's do this.
That's what I'm talking about. My man Rob over there, he's about done deleting Cache and teasing the fro, whatever the hell is going on.
Oh, what up, everybody? It's Rob back at it again with the SID's View podcast, and we are looking forward to a bright, warm, sunny, and unimpeded weekend of racing coming up. And we're going to talk about all with a very prestigious guest that I will let Sid introduce.
All right, and before we get to that, I just want to let everybody know that if they want to join the live chat, they have to become a member. And in order to do that, you have to go to youtube.com/SidsView/join. $4.99 a month. Not only can you join the live chat with us, But you can also participate in our Who Won the Week segment later on in the show. And, of course, you'll get bonus content on Thursday. And we've had a great time already with our latest guest to the DRC Electric Hot Seat, the wheelman himself from both the NASCAR Modified Tour and the Tri-Track Series, Monaco Modified's Jake Johnson. What's up, buddy?
What's happening, everybody? Happy to be here. Big day. First live podcast with the camera on me.
Yeah, right on.
Oh, yeah.
And he's fit right in. We got some great content Thursday. We've already been having a lot of fun here in the studio tonight. Also want to let everybody know that the Monaco Ford Top 5 results ticker is also in the house. We're excited to have them on board and supporting the podcast. And so those will be scrolling on the bottom of the screen for the rest of the show. Diego, get us started, my friend. How was your weekend at the bowl this week?
Listen, it started off, man. It's just like now. It was looking like it was going to rain all weekend. Nothing was going to happen.
Yeah.
My kids were – one of my kids was down at a dance competition. So, I had the guys up Friday night, popped on Flow, got a chance to sit around, watch, have a few cocktails, and watch the racing. I just love it.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite things to do on a Friday night. I mean,
Right.
it's to the point now that no matter what I'm doing, it's either if we're out, it's on my phone or it's on my TV.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Right? It's just such a must-watch thing, almost like our podcast.
Yeah, I like
You know
that.
what I mean?
Almost like the podcast.
So yeah, it really has become a much watch for me, and I know we've discussed this.
Hey, I was at Stop and Shop, and I'm in line. Somebody walks up to me, they're like, "You got the best podcast on the internet." I said, "What?"
Yeah, isn't that cool?
It was TJ's brother,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Oh, Diego, you know that guy." I said, "Oh yeah, no, I know. That's why."
I hope he said something nice. No,
I can't say it on the live show, but
we've had a great time here. Listen, I to be able to sit down and watch the racing on Flow was great. And then we got to go to the bowl on Saturday. We were anticipating having a better run than we did.
Yeah.
But I always feel excited about going to the races with Emma. I always think this week's going to be our breakout week. And
Right.
that's how it's going to be for us. One week we're going to have a breakout week, and then people are going to be like,
Yeah.
oh, you're right. So I just can't wait for that to happen. We're just going to keep plugging away. But, the one thing I couldn't understand, though, I'm going to just say this for the record, right? No, I'm
Ponder it. Yeah, no ponder.
No, this
Go
is
ahead.
what it slightly irritated me.
Yeah.
The late models had off like the previous 4 weeks,
Yeah.
right? So we're running double features.
Yeah.
And I
Correct.
know we're the premier division there that night, but we're not, every other night we run second. They have us run last, knowing the rain's coming.
Yeah.
And we missed our race again. Like
Yeah.
everybody's been running every week.
That's a legit gripe.
I don't know why they didn't run us like second and fourth.
It's fair. And it's especially fair because, listen, I thought the late model races at Waterford weren't even that bad early in the season when they were getting like 7, 8 cars.
Right.
I mean, you get 13, 14 cars out there. They are putting on a crazy show.
Yeah.
I think like 70 to 80% of that race was run with the leaders side by side. Like
Yeah.
that's the race I remember from the late model. So I'm sad they couldn't get the second one in.
Yeah,
It was
so I
great.
mean, it's slightly irritating. It's just my little whatever. Why did they do that? But whatever. I know
Yeah.
they set the schedule. It is what it is. But hey, they had double features in almost everything,
Right.
and only missed a late model race. They were
Yeah.
done by 8:30. They didn't run any heat races. They just moved the show along.
Yep.
And then I got a chance to go home and watch the rest of the race at where was the race at?
Lancaster.
No, the Cars Tour
Oh, he
race.
was the Cars Tour,
Wilkesboro.
Wilkesboro.
Yeah, that was good.
That's the one that
Yeah.
because I went to. So what happened was we all go to Chili's after, have a few cocktails. I get home at like 11:30, and Brody texts me. He's like, "You watching the race?" And I put it right on. Yeah, so it was a great weekend, and I got to. I'm going to tell you this real quick. I built this Harley over the summer. I haven't ridden a Harley in like 25 years.
Yeah.
Been scared to death to ride this big old heavy bike. And I went out Friday with my brother, went for a long ride. We went and I said, Sean, you know my brother. Sean, you want to go to Michael's Dairy and get an ice cream? He goes, that ain't no good for us. And I'm like, let's go, right? So I went down.
Michael's Dairy is good.
Dude, I haven't had a banana ice cream in so
right,
long.
Right next to Mitchell College, for
Yes.
those that don't know, down on the shoreline in London.
It was
Tremendous
slamming.
food. Yeah.
And then we went out again on Sunday for a ride. So I got to finally, my wife wasn't home, so she couldn't tell me to stay home.
Yep.
And got to ride the Harley. So anyways, I had a great weekend.
So, Jake, tell us about racing up at Lancaster in those conditions up there. What was
Yeah,
that
that
like?
was weird.
Wet and wild.
Whoa, it sounds like an amusement park.
Yeah, it was.
Was it really that bad?
It was bad, but if I was NASCAR, I wouldn't have done anything different. Like the card they were dealt, they did the right thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we showed up, and it was raining. And kept raining. Everyone got their tires done. Everyone's just kind of sitting around, and eventually they're like, you know what? We're not going to wait anymore. We're going to go practice. And the track was seeping water bad. And
so was that seeping through the cracks?
Was it like
it was
weepers?
it was no cracks. It just kept coming back.
Oh, so like the water level was high.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
I don't know much about how the water works, but all I know is we strapped in and I went out there, and like I never went wide open in practice just because I didn't want to wreck the car. Like there was big puddles where like the groove you were supposed to be in was just wet. And so it was interesting. Practice, I was a second and a half off for the fastest guy, and the fastest guy was like a half a second off what normally should have been fastest. Right. So we had really no practice. We got 2 rounds, and we never got wide open. So the first lap of the race was, kind of everyone's first lap of the day when you could actually get after it. And the track was still wet, but you couldn't really do anything about it. And made for an interesting race. I think, it was definitely different than our normal deal. And, yeah.
We got hairy for you that one time there in turn 4 with Kyle. And
you got hairy probably 10 times.
yeah, right.
A lot of them are off screen,
yeah,
potentially.
yeah.
Everyone was on the edge because you just go through the corner and then you hit a puddle and you don't think much about it because you drive your street car through the rain. You hit that puddle, it throws your car. Wherever.
So there was actual puddles in the track?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And then to get on the windshield with the lights, you couldn't see nothing. It was interesting.
And they still went racing?
Yeah, we went racing. And honestly, like NASCAR, they had their hands tied. What are you going to do? Wait till the next day? Everyone's got flights out of there.
Yeah, I feel like part of the problem was they were at Lancaster, right?
Right.
If that race is at Thompson or Seekonk,
different story.
it's a different story because the majority of the teams are from around here.
Mm-hmm.
The place was packed, too. Like, what a fan base they had. And they put on a phenomenal show. Like, the track there, they had fireworks.
Is that the one that's right on the highway?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you could drive right off of 90 and you're in the pit area.
Yeah, okay, right.
So, but it's driver intros. They got flamethrowers going off.
Wow,
it's
really?
crazy. The place is packed. People are there.
That's
it's raining.
That's awesome.
And people
Yeah.
are rolling in, tailgating. It's a whole different vibe up there. And then after the race, the second I go to hit that button to go say, whatever, thanks everybody for coming out, and all of a sudden fireworks are going off. Oh. Like the place, they put on a hell of a show up there, and it's a cool track. It's just unfortunate with what we got for the weather because I think that has like an opportunity to be a really, really, really great race.
Yeah.
Did they have a lot of the support divisions run before you? Did they do that?
Yeah, they had like an SK type deal that was out there, but it was on a smaller
so
tire.
did you guys all watch?
Not really, because
To see what was happening?
We were
Yeah.
tucked away so far, and then we had to go to the infield to go through tech because it's just a real procedure to get through everything. So by the time we could actually watch a couple laps, it was time to go race. So it was a weird day.
Right.
Yeah.
Weird day.
Yeah, it's a tough spot. I don't know what the answer is, right? Because if they postpone it, and then you're just making it even more expensive for a majority of the teams because they got find hotels or whatever. So they really were in a no-win situation. Do you feel like the majority of the teams felt like you did, like they wanted to get the race in?
So some people are mad about it, but like as far as my team went in my situation, if they were to postpone it, I'm losing crew members.
Yeah.
And you need crew members because that's a live pit stop race, and we don't have a lot of practice to begin with, so we move it.
Right.
It's just I think they did the right thing. I definitely know some people were pissed about it, but
Yeah.
What really was their other option? You
Right.
got to stand back and put yourself in their spot. I don't think there is one.
That's a half-mile track?
Half mile.
It doesn't,
Oh, that's big.
It
Big.
It didn't look like that when I was watching it
Is
on
it
TV.
Big Bang?
No,
No, it's pretty flat.
Because you got to remember, getting back the front stretch is a drag strip, so it's 0 degrees
Yeah,
of banking.
I was looking at that. I didn't realize the configuration was so odd. It looked
feel
like
like
there were a lot of like open spots in like turn 1 and 4, right?
Yeah, it gets weird because going into 1, you have the option. You could just drive straight down the drag
So I'm
strip.
saying.
Or you could turn off, and there's a ton of asphalt, and then it just kind of bottlenecks into turn 2, and then so everyone can kind of scatter into 1. It's
So can you take that shortcut turn if you wanted to?
you could send a
Like
dive bomb down there and let the guy
it's
know.
like a phoenix.
yeah, you could hit the dog leg into 1. Yeah,
So if
Yeah.
you wreck going into 1, like, are you just going flying down the drag strip?
yeah. If
basically?
you like the throttle, that would be a weird place for.
That's what I'm
someone,
saying.
Yeah, if someone like was to put you up into the turn 1 wall, you're going into the pit area through a styrofoam block and then onto 90.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
it's weird.
All right, so let's get after it. Remy's going to have more on the tour race and all the other action that was happening here this week. So let's get after it, get her started with our weekly update brought to you once again this week by Belltown Motors.
Yo,
Sorry, that's the first emotion I had.
Oh, wow. Okay.
dude, Remy's awesome.
Yeah.
Stafford Motor Speedway winners. Limited late model winner was Gary Patnode.
Yeah.
Street stock winner was Travis Hadar.
Oh, wow. What
And
an
then-
upset.
I was happy about that one.
Of course you were.
Of course.
No, I don't want to hear that right now. Get that later.
And then SK Modified's winner was Keith Rocco.
Can we go back real quick to Patnode?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Dude.
I like
that-
his car, by the way.
Dude, I love his
Yeah,
car.
his car's
I
a
love
nice
the
looking car.
colored wheels.
Yep.
And on top of that, the week before, he was leading for a majority of the race. Then he fell off, said something happened to the rear end. I don't know if I believe him. Right? Comes back next week, starts up front, and just put the smashing on him. He really put this. I mean, he checked out, and it was that the 9th or 10th different winner in that
10th and 12 races.
10th. They haven't had a repeat winner, have they? Or
No,
they-
they have now.
Oh, they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too.
But anyways, 10
Hammond
winners
is
and
one of them, I
12
forget.
events.
Hammond and Clement have both
Yep.
won twice.
Okay. Oh, that's great. But
Yeah.
anyways, Patnode, I know he's been a staple in that division. Great to see him win the race. I was happy to watch him win the race. And I'm waiting for the 6th car. What's his name?
Jerry
Lavoie.
Lavoie.
He's going to get
yeah.
one. I
Lavoie-
believe he will.
He's like the captain of the division.
Right.
It's amazing that they've had 10 different winners and he hasn't been one
He's
of them.
not
Right.
one of them.
I know, it's crazy.
They're missing. He's missing a little bit. You know, he falls back. Like he was all over Patnode before the caution came out.
Yep.
And then he had to restart on the outside. He gets, like typical fashion there. You get shuffled to the back a little. You fall in line 4th. Now all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, how the hell am I going to get back
Right.
there?
Right.
Because a guy like the 28 or those guys, you can't pass them back.
Yeah, and it's not like Lavoie's not like running good either.
Right.
It's just the luck hasn't gone his way yet. But I feel like if he just keeps putting it together, I think it's gonna happen before the
Who's
season
that,
ends.
Lavoie?
Yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
shocked if he doesn't get a win.
Yeah.
Very.
Same here.
Yep. But anyways, yeah, it was great to see him win. And
What do you want to talk about first with the SK race?
I mean, dude, come on. I'll let you guys open it up. Whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm in.
All right, so the first thing is I just want to say it's good to see Keith Rocco back in victory lane at Stafford.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it was I was hoping that would play out for the whole 111 laps, which obviously it didn't, but at least they did get it in. But the call on the 5 was just strange. And I remember I was explaining it to Diego before the show that sometimes there's just an eye test with things. And like sometimes I watch football and they say that something wasn't a catch. And I'm like, what are they talking about? That was obviously a catch. And then they go and they explain the rule. And you're like, okay, well, if that's the rule, I kind of guess it, I guess it's not a catch. But when I watched it with the naked eye, it was a catch. And that's kind of what I
It
felt
wasn't
like.
a catch.
And that's what?
You're thinking it was a catch?
What?
You're not understanding the analogy.
The analogy's getting
No.
deep.
I didn't understand.
What I'm saying is, sometimes you watch football and you think you see a catch, and then they say no, it wasn't a catch because he bobbled it or didn't make a football move.
Yep.
But when you're watching it with the naked eye, you say that was a catch. What are they talking about? And that's what I feel like here is.
Yeah.
I heard Tom Fox's explanation on Corshane's Quickcast, and what he says makes sense. But I just know when I was watching the race, it didn't seem like that dude was doing anything wrong. It was very strange.
Oh, dude. So, with the utmost respect, I like Tommy Fox. I lean on him for different questions, whether it's about things locally, that a call that was made. And, but, who am I to call a race? I totally disagree
Yeah.
with the whole call. I mean, and this is just me, whether people like it or not, if you're going to take away, so I understand blocking, right? So there's blocking and there's racing, right? But it wasn't like the 5 was a turd,
Yeah.
right? The dude led half the race. He was fast. He was
Yep.
fast enough to be where he was. Now, was he running a 33 a little hot and heavy? Some of the guys in the 33 crew got online this week, said, did you watch him running us all over? But you could say that about a lot of people every week. Stafford has become like, if you take away the dive bomb, you're like taking the aggressiveness out of drivers. What is Keith going to do? I mean, those guys, they all make that move.
Yeah.
That's the move. Right? I'm not saying you have to.
And Keith passed him on the outside to take the lead, right?
Right. Listen, Keith was fast this week.
Yeah.
He
100%.
He made his way to the front. It wasn't a gimme, and he was gone. You know, he kind of took off, but I don't know, man. I
don't know if he was gone.
Well, he checked the 5, left the 81.
No, he definitely made the pass on speed, but there were guys behind him, like towards the very end of the race, that I feel like were faster. Like even Jarvis was there.
Yeah, Jarvis, I don't think was catching him.
Jarvis.
But, I mean, Jarvis. Yeah, that's to be whatever. But I mean, listen, if you take away dive bombs and you take away some blocking, I'd never win a race ever in the SKs. And a lot of stuff at the Stafford becomes boring to me.
Yeah.
It's like you're taking the aggressiveness out of racing. That's part of the entertainment to me.
Yep. I agree.
I don't know.
All right. So now let's just can we just talk about Keith Rocco's post-race performance with the wheel? So we have a little video clip right here. And you know what? Yeah, there you go, Ram. So this is Rocco with the Gamblers Challenge. That is
that's raw enthusiasm.
Can we see that
right
again?
There. Yeah. Can we get an instant
Remy,
replay on that, please? Let's get the sound up too.
That is just that's one of the worst performances on a wheel.
You
I've
can
ever
tell he
seen
loves
in my
what he
life.
does.
What is that? That was terrible.
Horrible.
What?
Love Keith. I love him, man. That's just awesome.
What was that?
It's awesome.
It was.
I would have been
garbage.
better off taking a shot, like Jake said. Let's spin the wheel right off of it.
Right.
And wherever it lands, it lands.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, Ram. What else you got?
Okay, let's go to Waterford. Waterford.
Ooh, boy.
One down.
Don't
She's
start
on the
laughing,
board,
Remy.
everybody.
We can't go off the
So,
rails
Jake,
yet.
this happens. Pressure's on slightly. Tongue gets in the way a little bit. It's a lot of fun.
A little bit.
Yep.
All right, let's try this again. Waterford Speedbowl winner.
Stop, Remy.
Come on. Go.
It's so early in the segment.
Stop. The first Legend Car winner was PJ Evans.
Yep.
The second Legend Car winner was Dylan Freeman.
All right. That brings us to our first video clip.
That
from the
was an
Speedbowl.
interesting one.
So I got a question after this. So this is the last lap here. Second race. Okay.
Oh!
Jace gets into him. He goes in the wall. Takes checkered flag.
Yeah, so the checker flag
they
is
throw
out.
the yellow.
Checker flag's in the hand.
Why aren't they just sending Manjian to the back and Freeman declared the winner? Race is over.
Right.
And keep in
they
mind,
didn't?
No, they ran again.
Rain was right there. Like, Rain was 8 minutes out.
That's coming to the checker?
Yes.
Yeah.
They ran that back.
Yes.
They ran that back.
They said
I didn't know
checkered
that.
flag
Yeah.
was literally, it was almost waving. It was virtually waving, and then suddenly yellow. And I was talking to people next to me. I was like, did checker come out?
So they go again, and they wrecked again.
Bigger this time.
Oh, sorry, I muted it. Sorry. Yeah. So more cars wrecked.
Wow.
And then it started raining, and then they called it. So, I mean, Freeman won the race, which would have been the case in that. But
His first win, right?
but for this year, yeah.
Yep.
But there would have been like 3 or 4 less wrecked race cars. I don't understand why they called that back.
Yeah, I didn't even know they
just
did
send
that.
the 19 to the back and call, then that's a finish.
That's right.
Right? That was kind of
Well, the week before they had to deal with a couple weeks ago with the 80. Remember they red checkered the streeter race? Did you see that? It was late in the run.
Yeah.
The 80 and the 10 went into the wall, turn 3 and 4. It was like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And then they
The
just
Gertz
waved
one.
it.
Right.
Yeah. They just waved the checker. I'm like, yo, there's one to go. There should be a green-white checker for sure. Because they were coming to the white.
Oh, they were coming to the white?
They were coming to the white or
I thought
something.
they were coming to the checker there.
I didn't think so, but it deserved the green-white because it was right in front of the field. Everybody had wrecked. They went up into the fence. But I don't know.
Yeah,
Then-
see, that scenario that you're saying is, to me, how this one should have been. I believe they were going for the checkered in that one.
Or maybe I'm wrong because at the time I was watching, I said there should be a green-white checker. That one right there,
Yeah.
they're literally coming to the checkered flag.
Right,
Right.
That's the race to me.
right. I agree.
All right. The first mini stock winner was David Dorr. The second mini stock winner was Bill Sylvia.
Yeah, so apologies to David Dorr because they bumped the schedule up because of the rain. And so my man Fro, and he texted me, but I was hosting a gig here. I was not paying attention to their Facebook page.
Yeah.
But they started the features early, and so Rob didn't get down there in time to film their feature. So we didn't get his race.
Yeah, that's a
on
good
the
win,
tape.
man.
So,
Those guys,
I
you know, listen to. I'm going to say this. That team, the 19, they are back in it. I know that Randy Churchill is on it.
Yep.
The whole team. So they pitted next to us last week. The car is beautiful.
Yeah, you know that Randy and Dwayne are stepbrothers.
Of course.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Yeah, and then so they're back to their old winning ways again.
Right.
It's nice to see, especially, you know, it's like, what are the second, third generations, whatever they are.
Oh, Barebolt says that was Dylan Freeman's first win of all time.
That's what I thought,
Yeah,
too.
No kidding.
Oh.
My bad.
Interesting.
Well, listen, that just means that I thought he was fast. That's surprising.
No, he
that
is
his first
fast.
win,
Well,
yeah.
I'm shocked. I feel like I see that car up front all the time.
I know. All right.
Maybe there's more to come.
Street stock winner was Norm Root the third.
Damn straight.
Yo,
it was.
that dude was dominant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had Plemons in my pick.
Oh,
and
yeah. My pick him went right by yours.
Yes.
I know
You
all
had
about it.
Root?
Yeah.
Oh, you dirty bastard. I didn't know that. So I'm watching. I'm like, I see Aaron. He's like holding on. And I'm like, oh, he might get this because Norm's not going to know how to pass him.
Yeah.
Norm went right to the top, passed him clean, and I give Aaron credit. Aaron never even laid a fender on him, didn't touch him, and ran him really clean. And it was, but you know, Norm, those guys they are like the class of the field right now. That car is really, really fast.
Yeah.
And I think the more races Norm runs, the better he gets.
I agree.
He just keeps getting better and better. The mistakes he was making earlier in the year, like I was busting on him a little. He tried to pass, early in the year, he tried to pass the 38 on the top early in a run.
Yeah. The
John-
doctor.
The doctor is a great guy.
Yep.
He's difficult to pass. He'll race you hard
Yeah.
every lap. And if you don't like bumping
That's why
and
I love
banging,
watching him race.
yeah, if you don't like bumping and banging, don't get to the top of him.
Right.
Right? Because you're going to
He
get
ain't
a
gonna
whole.
make it easy, right.
Oh, you get a whole bunch. Right? So he's changed his ways a little, and he's picking wins off now. So it's really fun to watch. So
All right. Open street stock winner was Ryan Lonham. Which I have a question for you.
Go.
Yeah, go.
Come on, Rem. Bring it.
What is the difference between open street stocks and regular street stocks?
Dude, I don't know, but that car had a ridiculous wing on the
Oh,
back. That thing was insane. I couldn't even believe it visually.
did you see it?
Yes, I saw
That
it.
was like the wing that you see on the Fast and the Furious.
It was lapping the field, basically.
How about this one? He had windows in every opening besides the driver's window. So the whole car was sealed off with windows. But there's a lot they can do. They run open motors, I think different tires, different, like 3 links in the back. You can do whatever you kind of want. It's an open street stock.
Yeah, we don't need him.
I don't think there's any reason for
Well,
that
there was
race
no.
to
If the
exist.
Speedbowl didn't run 5 or 6 of their cars,
Yeah.
there would have been 5 cars in the open streeters. And it's kind of surprising because Seekonk had the week off.
Yeah.
I didn't see really any Seekonk guys down.
Right.
You-
And that's why, if I'm not mistaken, all the open street stock races
Yeah.
are when Seekonk has their Saturdays off.
You ever run any of those?
The streeter, I've ran a pure stock a few times.
You
I
did?
love it.
Never gotten a streeter?
No, I want to drive a streeter in
How
the
about
worst
the?
way.
I'd like to see it. Yeah, it'd be fun to get in a streeter at Seekonk now with that 3 wide racing.
Oh,
The
yeah.
top,
Dude,
the
you-
top
Dude!
works. You watch Pepe? Was it?
Yeah, Pepe.
Yeah,
I didn't know if that was his kid or if
No,
that
it's
was
him.
dude
Wheeling.
wheeling.
So you're a big Seekonk guy. I mean, what has allowed the racing to suddenly just become 3 wide through the field?
The track, it's changing
Yeah,
because
they
they paved
paved
it, and
it, right.
now it's finally building rubber up, and it's changing, and it's kind of becoming kind of like the bowl now. Like the bowl, you know,
Right.
kind of the grooves just over time it's moved a little.
Because they paved it a little bit ago, but it feels like suddenly it just hit
Right.
the sweet
So like
spot.
if you run a quick lap, you're down the bottom, but if you take away that roll that the guy in the bottom has, the top works just as good.
Yeah, right.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, so the street stock race had 10, and the open street stock race had 11 cars. Right, and there was duplicates, right? John Porter ran the both in the same car.
Yep.
Aaron Plemons, did he have 2 different cars?
Same car.
Same car.
Norm Root.
Ed Gerch.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know, man. to me, that was an idea that stems from the Marfio days at the track because he brought Seekonk ideas, which I always thought was weird because both tracks ran on Saturdays, so it was kind of not great ideas in my opinion. And I mean, it's cool that Corey Hutchins runs those events, you know, and he makes that part of his schedule. He doesn't race a lot anymore, so it's cool that it brings Corey there. He didn't have a great day, but I just think it's just the Speedbowl already has way too many divisions. When we don't need another one, it's
at least they scheduled it and did it on a night that Seekonk was off, so there was an opportunity for those guys to come down and race, and they're just not doing it now. I'm not sure. They used to come. Idea. Even the late models, though, like Charlie Rose and those guys, they used to come down.
Yeah.
When they had the week off, and none of them are doing that now.
I thought it started in 2020 when the Speedbowl opened and Seekonk was closed that whole year, right? For the pandemic, they were called the whole year. But then after that, to me, it was like, okay, well, it wasn't worth keeping. They run on the same night.
Yeah.
And now that, like you said, they scheduled it to accommodate Seekonk's schedule, but those cars aren't coming. So then what are we doing?
It's almost like they didn't. You almost need to advertise it though, because I feel like you guys get stuck in the Waterford niche, and I get stuck in the Seekonk, and you don't know that the opportunity is there to do so.
If you're not promoting in that market, how do they know?
Like,
yeah, it's a good point.
Like I don't know what night a late model runs at Waterford.
Yeah,
so I have no clue what that. Is it Saturdays? When is it? So why? When would I ever show up?
Yeah.
I don't really know. You know what I mean?
No, that's a good point. Yep.
That is very valid.
I think that's a lot of it.
Yep. All right, Rems, hit it.
SK Light winner was Eddie Gomarlo.
All right, then.
Oh, you're queuing something up for this?
Oh, yeah. Were you spotting in this race, Diego?
I was not spotting in this race.
Oh, you were not?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, it was your brother.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yep. Mason came up to me and he actually pointed out which car Sean was spotting, and I was like, I could tell, actually. It's very obvious.
You think he had the wagon motor in there?
Dude, I don't know about the wagon motor, but it had the wagon spirit in that car.
All right, let's go to the videotape, shall we?
Roll the tape.
Battle for the lead we're looking at here. Nick Hovey, Evan Burgoyes.
Ooh, little loose.
Romalo's in third.
Uh-oh, look at this.
Hiya!
Oh,
that's bad.
Dude.
Yeah.
Bad, right?
Yeah, there's my pick, by the way.
Way up there, too.
He had the right idea.
Oh, he had to go way up to get him.
So now, if we were filming Sid's View, I'd be saying, hold it, meltdown alert, all cameras on the 16, please hold, meltdown alert, and we wait for the 78.
Meltdown alert.
I kept rolling. I kept rolling.
No. All right, just letting them know. Not happy with that.
Was there something before that?
Yes.
All right, that makes more sense.
Yeah, they were going at it for a while.
Okay.
So what had happened before? Did you watch all that, Fro?
There was just a lot of going like half a lane too high. Like there was a lot of side by side. The guy in the bottom would go up.
What happened was Burgoyes. So I'm going to say this: Nick Hovey, he is one aggressive son of a gun.
Yeah,
he takes no prisoners. He don't care. Everybody's just a car to him. Nobody's a driver, if that makes sense, right?
Right.
I think he broomed. I don't know. I think he broomed the 78 or 78. The 78 got him first.
Yeah, a little
Brought
bit.
him way up high. Knocked Hovey back to fourth. Hovey. So of course, he works for me. My brother's spot. So I'm watching him. Here he comes, and he's loose as hell. Gets his way back to second, and I know he's dripping blood out of his mouth looking for that 78. Because the 78 just put him above the white line. He went from first to fourth, and he had every right to be pissed. I don't know if that's from weeks of hard racing or if that's just the recipe for having nothing but the high groove at Waterford. And when Hovey got back to him, Hovey broomed him back.
Right.
It got the lead back with a car that I don't think was as fast as a 78. At that point, it was all determination and aggravation to get back there. I'm sure you've had those days. He wanted it.
It was just a pissing match, basically. Two guys were one up at each other.
Because Burgoyes had a really fast car that day, and it's too bad that it had to end that way.
Yeah.
Because it was a 50 lapper. It was their time to shine.
Yeah, that was their big race of the year.
Right, and that's not how you do it.
Right.
That's easy for me to say watching, but I was like, damn, man, why? It didn't have to be done that bad.
Right,
Yeah.
but I will say this: the fans really liked it.
Yeah.
They were going crazy at that moment.
Well, it was a nice little race amongst those two. And not to mention the kid that won that race, what is his name?
Marlowe.
He ran that car the whole time. So he's real green. He's a rookie.
Yeah, he's the one that drove Hovey up to the marbles there.
So he's
weeks
like
ago.
we've talked earlier. He's come out of the legend cars. That's his second win now.
Yeah.
His rookie year. Right? It's the same story I keep telling you, but that kid was fast the whole time.
Yeah.
He when Hovey
It's
got
a fast car.
Yeah, he stayed with Hovey or the 78 the whole time. So it wasn't a fluke that he won. Is he as good of a driver as those two right now? Probably not. They have way more experience.
Yeah.
But he's real close. So congratulations to those guys. But it's unfortunate what happened with the 78 and 16 because that was shaping up to be a barn burner to the end.
Absolutely. And then for the last race of the Speedbowl, late model winner was Jason Palmer.
All right, we got a little more clip to look at here with Lynham and Jason Palmer battling for the lead. I'll be interested to see what you think, Diego, on this one. These guys have been putting on a pretty decent show.
Oh, yeah.
They were going at it for so long. At least 20 laps.
So, Palmer was not sent to the back there. Do you think he should have been?
No.
I don't either.
Do you?
It didn't.
No.
That's just one of them. It just sucked.
It looked a little
Yeah.
like a
There's-
freak accident-ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Was the 10 pissed?
I'm not sure.
I didn't see but that looked like a racing deal.
That's what I thought.
It just happened weird.
Yeah,
It's
that was
it
weird looking,
fenders,
right?
But it happened open wheel style.
Right,
Like, the
right.
tires grabbed each other. They got sucked in.
100%.
I like them both a lot. That just sucked. There was nothing. No one did anything wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
Yeah, I
many
thought
laps
they got
were they
that
going
one.
at it for? Was that a while?
I don't know, Rob. You filmed it.
Dude, it felt like
So-
half the race.
so they
That's
were
the
getting
race I was talking
tired,
about
too.
earlier. They were going at it for a while.
You start getting tired when you get you get
Oh,
next
yeah.
to someone. Yeah.
And just when one of them would get away,
The
the other guy would dive in the corner and come right back. I was like, how is this even possible?
Well, you know what's funny is the funny part about this, right? So this is how good Palmer is, right? He's a crafty son of a gun, right? It's hard to beat him because he's a really good racer. He knows those cars super well. Earlier in the year, he dominated the top.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely dominated the top. Like, you couldn't get a run. I remember Brody making runs at him on the bottom. He's like, man, I just can't get him.
Yep.
He was the king at holding you where he needed to hold you to win. Now, fast forward 5 weeks later, he's making his living on the bottom now. He's not even on the top. Like, he made that whole move on the
Right, on the
bottom, and he
bottom.
was not doing that 6 weeks ago.
Does that mean when they sprayed the track, it's working now?
I'm not sure what's going on, or he's just done something different with the setup.
Yeah.
But he's making his living. I watch him all practice. He's on the bottom. He's on the bottom. He's on the bottom. The whole first half of the year, he was on the top groove.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what's happening, if the track has changed when they sprayed the stuff.
Right.
But he's much quicker on the bottom, and he gets it done. He just keeps getting it done.
I mean, if you can pull it off, that's a smart play, right? Because no one's passing cars down there. So if you can figure it out first, you'll be
Yeah.
at the advantage, right?
And he is right now.
Yeah.
He is, for sure.
All right. NASCAR Modified Tour was at Lancaster, as we did talk about
Yeah,
it.
we did.
The winner was Austin Beers.
Oh, yeah.
Big deal. Just kidding. Love Austin. He's a good guy.
It's a good win.
Yeah.
I mean, a win is a win. Is that the
Second year in a row for him up there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that his second win this year or first win
First
this
win
year?
this year.
First win this year, yeah. No, I love those guys, man. His car owners, I've said this a million times. One of my favorite people. Known him forever. Known Ronnie, you forever.
Yeah.
So glad to see them in victory lane again.
Yeah,
I
that's-
can't believe no one picked him. I almost did.
I was
but
thinking about it
I
too,
was like,
but-
oh, it's too obvious. You know, he won last year. It's too obvious. That was my thought.
No.
Jake, what do you
But,
think on
yeah.
a track like that, without the rain and the water? I know it's probably hard to tell, but do you think the outcome's different, at least for the three?
Absolutely. If we had practice, but if we got real practice, we would have been worlds of better.
You
'Cause,
think-
you know, I've never been there. We're coming.
Oh, that was your first time there?
right. So like I don't know what to expect. My first lap wide open was turn one.
Right.
of the race. That's the feature.
Oh,
It's
you're like, oh, giddy up, boy.
here
Right.
we go, right? And that was the best I did the whole race, and then everyone else evened up again. But
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing is with that, we just need to practice. Like, we're showing up, new car, new driver to the track.
Right.
We got nothing to build off of. We got nothing to work with. So it's
Right.
we're winging it. So I think a lot of teams, not just us, I think probably. But then again, you got all your veteran teams that, same driver for a long time, been going to, but no one's really been to Lancaster a lot. They've only ever had 2 other tour races. So I think it would have changed the outcome. Maybe not of who won, because I think Austin and his team have a really good program, especially for weird racetracks like that.
Right.
So I don't know if it changes that, but it definitely changes a lot of the other race, and maybe someone could have been fast enough to, get up with him, but
Yeah.
it's definitely going to change a lot. Actually, at the end, the one in the 51, where he wasn't as dominant as the year before, I don't think.
Who's that, the one?
The one and the 51.
Yeah, because I think the
Justin
one was...
and Emmerling, yeah.
Yeah,
Emmerling
Emmerling.
was coming, right?
Yeah.
He was fast.
Emmerling was coming at the end there, yeah. That's a tough deal, man. I mean, I don't know, man. To race on rain or a wet track with an open or a tour-type modified seems real sketchy to me.
I know.
Did they wreck any cars because of it?
Well, there's a lot of tempers, because you got to remember everyone's sliding around. So you hit the water, you get sideways, you hit the guy next to you. Next guy next to you is like, what the hell, man?
Right.
Next corner, he goes and hits you. And then it started a chain reaction
Oh,
through the whole
right.
field. The whole field was pissed off. Like,
Right.
the vibe of the drivers,
right.
everyone was angry. It was knuckles
Yeah.
up the whole time. People are driving through the puddles, splashing. It was crazy. You're going to 3, you get on the flat, but no one's driven down there, so it's all wet, and then you slide right up the track and
Right.
kill the guy on the outside. It
Man,
was
I couldn't
brutal.
even imagine. I
It
mean,
was
that's
a war.
It was weird.
It was the most fun
weird.
I've ever had finishing 9th. Like, just driving wise. Like, we didn't have a good day, but at the
Yeah.
end of it, I was like, man, that was fun. I
Right.
was driving my heart out. Like, I'm
Yeah.
going through the 1 and 2 completely. I drifted the entirety of 1 and 2 once. I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever done in a race car.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's for dead last.
Oh,
I'm
no,
gonna slide
yeah.
around.
Like
Like-
driving on ice, basically, right?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool, man.
All right. Act was at White Mountain, and the winner was DJ Shaw.
DJ Shaw, and that wasn't my guy.
Yep.
I was I looked for some clips and I struck out. I got nothing for this race, but 29 cars started, 10 did not qualify. 39
Wow.
cars they drove. Their car count, that's the best car counts in New England, is what the Act brings to their races. Consistently over 30.
Yeah.
All the time.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, man, they do a great
That's
job with that.
unreal.
Yep.
So there was a lot of cars that did not qualify.
Right, that's what I just said, 10.
That's unbelievable
Yeah.
to me. My boy finished 4th.
Nobody cares about your boy.
Yeah, I was
You
my
get
pick.
no points for 4th.
I still got top 5.
All right.
Oh, my God.
What?
okay.
What do you got to say, Remy?
You want like a quarter of a point for that? Like what?
I'll take it.
Tapley says the
No.
best car count in America.
Yeah, that's
It's up there.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they're putting on. It is truly amazing, honestly, to get that many cars. Can you imagine going home 10 cars? That's the old days, street stocks. Wow. All
All
right.
right. So now let's go to Fast Friday at Seekonk.
Conk.
Seekonk. The winners. So the Bandolero Bandit winner was Mason Silva.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah. My man Mason getting it done again.
Yeah, that's awesome. Happy
Oh,
for
he's a
him.
great dude, man.
Thanks, Sid's View in the victory lane.
Did
My
he?
Man, yep.
Oh, we
Oh,
got
what a guy.
we got a critical star on that fine
Yeah.
machine too. Hell
yeah,
yeah.
he'll be back in action with the Sid's View crew on Saturday.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's great, man.
That's if it doesn't rain.
Don't say that.
Stop,
No,
Remy.
no, it's remember the intro, Remy. It's
Come
bright,
on, Rem.
sunny, and unimpeded.
I know.
Sorry.
Yep. Don't even start with that.
Bandolero Outlaw winners. Winner was Parker Davis. And then Legend Car winner was Josh Parsons.
All right, so I have a. Hold on one second here, because I got to make sure that I get this right, because I have some interesting footage from one of the late model races, and Jake Sylvia sent me this. Now this is in-car footage from inside Josh Carey's #1 car in the Legends race.
Yep.
And this is a pretty wicked hit. Check it out. Yep.
Oh, that hurt. That's Josh Carey?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I
One
feel like that car didn't give at all.
gives a thumbs up, so he's good.
What the hell happened?
Yeah, what happened there? That was weird.
We looked
That was
at,
weird,
That was
right?
weird. Just went.
We looked at the. He says, let's see, he was spun out and did a 360 to keep going just before this, causing a bolt to break and then let go out of turn 4.
Oh.
Oh, that makes sense because it did look weird. Like
Yeah.
I think it went straight.
They did not get it on the Seekonk vids on the YouTube. They just get the afterwards when he's sliding down with the busted up front end. But yeah, so thanks Jake for sending us that clip, and glad that Josh is okay. He said that he was not injured, so that's good.
That's good. Sport 4's winner was Tyler Duhanchik.
Mm-hmm. Was that a question?
Kind of. I'm gonna
At least
be
she's honest.
Yeah.
I'm good. And then the Pure Stocks winner was Tim Olet.
All right. Yeah, so
Word.
Seekonk had the Saturday night off, and they'll be back at it again this week. All the tracks back at it. Thompson's back at it tomorrow, and then Stafford on Friday. Seakonk's got their Friday show. Seekonk and the Bowl on Saturday with the tri-track, and our man Jake in the house in the 15.
Oh yeah.
We'll be throwing some cameras on that bad boy.
Oh,
We did
yeah.
the bumper
Yep.
cam last year.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Did it make it back?
It did actually,
did?
yeah. So we did it on his car and
great.
on Ron Silk's last year. We got some cool footage. So.
There's a lot of racing in like the next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Gets
because
busy.
Thompson's going 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, the tour race for him up there. Next one. Yeah, it's just great.
Right.
It's like action packed in the next 10 days.
I am hyped for that. That's gonna be like
Are
the
you
first
going?
time I've been really. Oh yeah, to Thompson. It used to be the King of Beers. That was like me and my dad's tradition. We
The
would go
King
every
of
year. The King of
Beers.
Beers 150. Yeah, have a whole collection of tickets, just an array.
Oh yeah.
Several years. Unfortunately, it's not called that anymore. But yeah, I'll go.
All right, right on.
I'm hyped.
Remy, thanks as always.
Of course.
And now it is time once again for one of our favorite intros of the entire show, the Waddell Communications Nostalgia Nugget.
That voice crack. Jeez.
Alrighty, Diego. It's gonna make you feel old, my friend.
Oh god.
You ready for this?
Yep.
20 years ago, yesterday, 20 years, Funkmaster Flex Invitational
I've been racing that long.
at the Speedbowl, yes. For those who don't know, it was a one-time shot. The NYC DJ Funkmaster Flex had a popular show on the the old Spike TV network. He had an invitational race, brought some of the greatest stars of the era then, including Diego Monahan. Doug Colby was in that race. Woody Pitcat was in that race. Ted Christopher and like a cup car that he had,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Phil Rondo was in the house. That was his last year racing. And, of course, Alan Coates, who won the race. And we've talked about this a little bit before. That was intended to be a series, but because of network shifting over at the Spike TV network, and the person that was really into his content left the network, and what was hoped to be a series of events with the Speedbowl being the home track, it almost made it sound kind of like, you know, like the Actor, like Thunder Road's their home
Right.
track, something like. I mean, it wasn't going to be like the Actor. It was going to be, you know, because it had a little bit more gimmicky kind of stuff to it. But I got some pictures here from the archives. Big thanks to my man Fran Lawler, who helped me with these. But back from that day, go ahead, Ram, throw these up. This was that's Mike Joy. He called the event with for the broadcast with Rick Fuller. That's him talking to Funkmaster Flex in the pits. And then we had that was Phil Rondo in the 31 and Teddy in the 13. They were really the stars of the show. Corey Hutchins actually led the first half of that race.
Yeah.
And then he left because he was competing at Thompson.
Yeah.
And was in it for one of the regional titles. So he left. Matt Kobluck pinch hit for him. Those two guys ended up wrecking out, and then Alan Coates won. And then that's him and his son Corey in there with the vintage Camaro. Did some burnouts there, which Funkmaster Flex was freaking out about afterwards. And then they had the infamous LL Cool J quote-unquote concert, which was really just one song.
Yeah.
Where he came out, performed, and got the hell out of there. But that was a cool event. The place was packed, like unlike I was not there personally, But you can speak to it a little. Yeah,
You forgot about Orange County Choppers.
Oh, yeah, Orange County Choppers was there.
Oh, the Tuttles
Right.
came out on their big choppers. That's when they were huge.
Yeah, Little Kim was like the honorary flag person or whatever.
Oh, yeah, Little Kim. That was a great event.
Yeah. You got in the show there. You were like one of the last round of provisionals or something, right?
Well, you know what happened? I remember, like, I said, let me stick her up for practice. So we can run two laps.
Yeah.
I didn't run that fast again in qualifying. I used up my speed. We got in on a provisional, and at the halfway point, I think I was leading at the halfway point. I went from a provisional. I was like, damn. I said to my guys, I'm going to try not to get lapped, right? Because there's Teddy's in a Hess car. There are some bad cars there.
I remember on the broadcast, they came back from commercial, and I was like, "Oh, Diego's in the lead." Yeah.
Then well, that was that race though.
Never heard about you again after
that. Was before the time they had the cone. You could do the cone.
Oh, they had the cone for that.
They had the cone. You could choose top and bottom. Everybody kept going to the bottom. I would pick up like 3 spots, 4 spots. I'm like, you don't want to go. I love the top at this place. This is my home track. I'll go up there. Kept plucking away.
You know, it's funny because it's a bummer that it did not continue on. But I mean, I remember when I interviewed Corshane for the Speedbowl documentary, he said that it's almost somewhat of like a blessing in disguise, or I forget the what the cliche is, but that it didn't reoccur because it makes that event so much more memorable. That it was just that one time. It was so unique. We all remember it vividly. You know, like it was just. I was able to see a lot of pictures and footage from it. So even though I wasn't there, I did a segment on it. Matter of fact, in the description to our live show tonight, I put the links to both the actual Spike TV broadcast and the documentary piece from the Speedball doc series. About 20 minutes long. Both pieces are really good. And so, just a cool event. That's a
little before its time.
Yeah.
Really?
You know who gave me a heads up that it was 20 years coming up?
Who's that?
Got a text from Terry Ames.
Really?
He said, "Hey, heads up." I said, "Oh."
Hey, listen, all the stuff that people used to hate about Terry.
Yeah. He had some good ideas every now and then.
Listen, at one point he was promoter of the year with NASCAR, wasn't he?
The RPM, yeah.
You know, he was he had that place.
That was his strong point.
He had that place rolling for a really, really long time.
Yep.
For sure.
All right, we got our man Rob now. Let's just keep the show moving right along.
Yes, sir.
The Fro is ready to roll, and Sydney is not. So give me 1 second here because I got to make a click here and a click over there. And what's going on here?
Yeah.
What happened? What happened?
Well, that's
I got it. Here we go. I got it. Here. Who's your tires? Popcorn section. Here we go.
I was getting worried I was going to have to like sing the intro there for a second. I don't want to do it again. I do that for the nostalgia nugget 1 week. Anyway, let's get right into it, people. So you might remember at the beginning of the year we did the Modified Madness, right? March Modified Madness.
Yeah, the brackets.
Where the way we decided the winner of each head-to-head matchup was who would win coming out of 4 side by side on the last lap, right?
Yeah.
And today I want to pit the 2 Tyler Chapmans. That is the predominantly known Tyler Chapman for the SK Lights at Stafford.
Yep.
And the trucks at Waterford. Which Tyler Chapman is winning this battle? The battle of the Chapmans here.
Are they racing like he's in the truck and the other one's in an SK Light?
I imagine they'd be at equal cars. I don't know exactly which division. Maybe put them in streeters, a late model. Something they're not really like their main gig.
So if they're in an open-wheeled car, I'll give it to the SK Light. And if they're in the fenders, truck guy all day long.
Yeah.
I almost find myself giving it to Truck Chapman in most scenarios, I feel like.
Yeah.
If they're side by side coming out of 4, I just feel like driving the full body truck around has given him that little bit of grit, you know? I'm a little bit more inclined to be door banging off of 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, no offense to SKLA Tyler Chapman. He's a great driver, but I feel like he's more methodical. Whereas we have the rough and tumble Chapman of the Speedbowl.
Yeah, that listen, there's 2 total different driving styles.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, Truck Tyler is aggressive and physical. Tyler SK Light is just unbelievably fast. I mean, not both of them are.
Right.
I don't see the 41 doing a lot of physicality racing. He just works hard, and they both work hard, so that's nothing to take away from Truck Chapman.
For sure.
Just 2 total different styles of racing.
Right.
It's hard. I mean, that's why you say fenders, you got to take Truck Tyler.
That's what I'm saying, right.
If you put him in open wheel
You
cars,
kind of muscle it out a little bit there, coming out of 4.
Yeah, but they're both unbelievable.
They're both great. Yeah, they're having great
talents,
seasons. Yeah,
great
it's a lot of fun.
seasons for sure.
I want to thank them both for giving us so much content throughout the year.
Yeah.
I got a different thought on it. I think the SK Light Chapman. So like,
Really?
I used to run against him in go karts and stuff.
Yeah.
And he was the youngest out of all of us. Like he was the bottom. Like he was like a couple of years behind, and he could hang with just about anyone. Like he has no quit. But you just got to get him to pull the pin. Once he pulls the pin,
Well, he was like that when he was younger.
when he was it was like someone gave him any crap on the racetrack when and he never push over. So I think if Truck Chapman
Yeah.
started it, I think he
doesn't
can
know
finish
what he's
it. I
getting
think
into.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think
great
he'll just do
insight.
it, but like if someone started something, he's not scared to turn right around.
Well, I tell you what, that boy is. I can only think that it's only a matter of time before I see both of them racing against you regularly.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before. I wouldn't doubt it. I'm not sure if they already have an open car at home.
Wasn't the Tyler Chapman in the truck? Didn't he dabble in the late models for a little
He
bit?
still has one.
He still has one?
And he was fast as hell in that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was. Whenever he shows up with it,
It's been a while since he has one,
last
right?
year he showed up like once or twice.
Yeah.
He was real fast.
Yeah.
And he just has that mentality.
Right.
He has a no quit, and when he shows up, he's showing up to run up front,
Yeah.
right?
For sure.
With nothing else in mind, and if you become a casualty of his race, I don't think it's meant to be that way. But he's just aggressive.
Am I wrong in saying there's a lot of similarities between him and Ryan Waterman?
Yeah,
I don't think so at all.
Their driving style, their personality,
sure.
they're kind of quiet. They're real aggressive. They win a lot. There's
Anybody
They
that
get booed
races
a lot.
right? Yeah. If you looked back, anybody that races with Waterman, whether it was Haidar or whatever, it was a show.
yeah,
Anybody that races with Chapman at the Speedbowl,
right. It's a show.
it's a show,
Yep.
right? And they're always good shows.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch. I don't know if Stafford would enjoy those right now with what's happening up there, but the place is going nuts. That truck race a couple weeks ago with Chapman and Beal.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Dude,
Right.
I'm spotting and I'm like holding my breath for 2 laps. And
I'm hoping that they are 2 races. I forget. Did they post a schedule, Rob? Did the Bull post a schedule yet? I think they did.
They did.
For the 10th.
Like, I hope that the truck race is like 2 races before your race.
Just so you
Jake.
can watch it.
So you can race, right? Because if it's a race before, you guys won't be able to watch it. You'll be in the car.
Oh, yeah. After trucks, you got the Consi for Monaco and SKs in between them.
so you got plenty of time.
Yeah, you got plenty of
that's
time.
great.
it's a good race.
It is,
Yeah.
always.
The truck
I
race,
could
right?
see the
Dogfight
the
up
truck
front.
race with all the Monaco mod teams up watching it. That could be a good show.
That's like one of my favorite things. Is actually like just getting on the fence, and just
Right.
watching
Yeah.
it.
Just being a spectator.
Right. It's time to just take a step back.
Oh, yeah.
And you can laugh about it when it's someone else's door. You're like,
Right.
that's not my problem.
I got to bring that up too because I forgot to bring that up last week when we were talking about Larry Barnett and because he won and he did a little quick cast there with Corshane about Thompson and how it had a really light crowd. And what he said was that it was tough to watch the races there, and it was tough to get people to come there to work on your crew when they can't watch the races. And what you just said, Jake, reminded me of at the Speedbowl.
Oh,
yeah.
Whether you're in the South pits or the North pits, it's real easy to just walk up to the fence
1,000%.
and watch the race. Right? Stafford, not so much, but they do have great pit seating there in
Yes.
turns 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But in Thompson, if you're in the pits, it's really hard to go watch
Well,
a race.
what
And
do
it's
we
a long walk to do so if you want to.
You get locked out.
It's pretty much the
right.
hill or
It
nothing,
sucks.
I feel
Right.
like.
A lot of racetracks are like that. You don't get to actually see any racing. Even
Right.
when I go to run like an open race, a lot of times my crew doesn't even get to watch practice. Or even then, half the race they don't get to see because they're stuck in an infield somewhere. And that kind of sucks.
Right.
Yeah.
And at
Because
Stafford, they make up for it because they have all the TVs going.
Yes.
So even when they don't have, as much. But I always did love that about the Speedbowl. That is part of their unique vibe is that you can just get right up on it, man. and you're
It
watching
is
races.
great.
Yeah.
And you literally,
You're right
we're,
there.
we're from me to Jake
Yeah.
watching the races.
Right. You're right there.
Oh, last week I think I got hit in the head so hard with a piece of rubber, it pissed me off. It was like, I mean, it hit me. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Dude, that's how close you are to the action there. It's awesome.
All right,
All right.
Rob.
So next up, more general, broader question. What do you consider to be, because I know we did like the Mount Rushmore paint schemes, right? But there have been plenty of numbers that have plenty of paint schemes over the years, so I want to ask what you consider the most iconic number in modified racing history.
It's got to be 61, Richie Evans.
I have a list of 4 here that I personally just thought off the top of my head.
Go.
Got 7 NY, 3, 13, and 61. I'm including SK mods in this, by the way. Just to shake things up.
I would have the Casella 15 over the 7NY.
Really?
I would.
The way I see it is, if you think about the number in a different font on a modified, the only one that always kind of looks a little weird is 13.
That's what I was going to say.
Right.
Because I think you can put
Same
a
one with
3
me.
or a 61 or 7 on a car, and I'll think nothing of it besides of who that is. But if you put a 13 on any car, you can make the connection.
I'm
See,
gonna
I mean, maybe I'm old, but that's what I think about with the
Right,
61.
but I never
with Richie Evans.
Yeah, it was
It's the same
before my
thing,
time.
though. Yeah, it's the same thing, though. I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, the 61 is even though I wasn't like obviously really invested in that era at all. Every time I used to go to Thompson, I was a kid. They have that huge 61 banner up there, and I'm just like, like that's kind of the modified of all time, right? Like that's the one.
I just want to stop Bonsa because you said Mount Rushmore. He's up to 7 numbers he's dropping now.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a
Bonsa's
few more
ever been to
faces
Mount
than around the
Rushmore.
Rushmore.
I can tell you this. It's hard for me to think about the 61 and those guys as great as they were, but in my era of watching modifieds,
Yeah.
whether it was the Euro style font on the 13 with the Mystique car, it's just it's unforgettable to me. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing I think of. Like he said,
You
But-
sound like when Rob didn't know who Bo Gunning is now. You're kind of hurting me with the Richie Evans thing.
Oh my!
well,
You
I
gotta
mean, I
bring
know
that
who
back up.
Richie
That was
Evans
a rough
is,
spot for me.
but it just wasn't like I know how dominant he was, but I never had a chance to experience that in the flesh.
Yeah.
Like I watched the 13. I mean, I watched him so many times battle Bo Gunning, Burt Marvin, and all these other guys at different tracks.
I mean, listen, I think Teddy's one of the best ever. Don't misconstrue this.
Yeah,
Richie was, in my opinion, a lot better than Teddy.
yeah.
And his accomplishments are a lot more than what Teddy has accomplished to me. And again, I know I'm old. I'm the old guy, so I get it. But to me, it's the 61, and then there's all the other numbers.
Right.
So you're saying 61?
How come
like far
nobody
and away
mentioned like the
best.
716?
You know how you think about the black 3 in
That's
Cup?
right.
That's the orange 61 is modified racing,
Yeah,
and everybody else is a little bit below that.
yeah. I mean, there's a
true.
lot of good ones brought up, like Art Berry's 21.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
That's super
the
iconic.
Bowler 3, the Mystic Missile, those are all great.
Oh,
ones.
they're
yeah.
all. I mean, you could go on and on. I mean, those guys. I mean, even this car he's driving.
Yeah, of course, the old blues one
God,
of the
it's
most iconic.
yeah, that's
In the font, it's iconic. But if you just take it, like I think the only one that you can really change the font and it's still is
This-
13.
Dude, I
You're
don't know,
going
the
straight
3
off the
is-
number.
yeah.
The 3
You know?
is in that category for
Not
me.
anything else, not who it was or what
Yeah.
the legacy, just going off of the number. Like
Have
that's the
you
only
ever-
one that clicks to me as a person.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing I will say: have you ever seen a modified number 61?
No, not really.
Maybe that's why
it.
it doesn't.
Well, yeah.
No
I
one
mean,
else
you
is
don't see
doing
a
it.
lot of
Why is
13s
that?
anymore either,
Well,
though.
you know why?
Why?
Because it was Richie Evans.
So you think, out of respect, nobody
Oh, 100%.
puts a 61 on their door?
Correct.
Wow, I never thought about that.
There's 13s out there, though.
Tapley said Richie 61 equals Petty 43, Ted 13 equals Earnhardt 3. What do you think about that? I'm kind of buying that one, only because I see a lot of 13 flags every time I go to the short track. Like, in my mind, that's the Dale 3. Like, that's the...
I don't know.
You see
Yeah.
all the black 3 flags. I see a lot of
I'm with Jake
13
on this
flags.
one only because it's my era, but listen, that's not to discredit the 61 at all.
Yeah.
I just don't know enough. I know, Sid, from what we talk about in here, because
Yeah.
you educate us and
Yeah, literally.
all the
This
members.
is going to be next week's Nostalgia Nuggets are going to be Richie Evans' stats.
Word.
Because I think you'll be blown away.
No, I know
You'll be
you've
blown
mentioned
away.
it before. His stats are truly unbelievable.
I mean, I get it. And listen, there's going to be, sometime down the road, right? When you're my age and you'll be talking about Teddy and somebody that is in their 20s is going to be talking about some other number and you're going to be like, that's nothing compared to the Teddy 13.
Right.
Like, that's just
Right.
a generational thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
For
just
sure.
a generational thing. But, anyways, that was a good one, Rob.
All right. Now on to the next. Who Won the Week's become a pretty popular segment here on this podcast.
Word.
So I want to ask, who's been the driver of the year for you? In other words, winner of the last 3.5 months.
Oh, who's won the 3.5 months, huh?
Yep.
On the local short tracks, on the Southern New England scene,
Yes.
that's what we're going
Yeah.
with, right?
The big 4 tracks.
Jeez.
So if we're taking in all divisions, we're talking about. See, when I think dominant cars, I think of Tyler Chapman, SK Lights,
Yep.
Travis Hydar, Street Stocks.
Are they shockers though? Well, I mean, I'm not. Is that how I
I thought
should
it was
not?
who won the 3.5 months.
Well, I mean, think about it. When we decide who won the week, it's not necessarily like who has put up the best runs on paper. Like, I'm thinking like we do a lot of underdogs, so having breakout
Right.
moments,
Well,
That's-
like crazy
right.
stories and stuff like that.
That's how I think about it.
Right.
It's hard to pick Silk to win the week
That's what I'm saying.
when somebody like this little Italian guy named Tom DiMaggio won.
Yeah.
Right. I'm picking him.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm
Oh,
not-
if I win a race, I win the week.
No, yeah.
I'm locked it in right now.
I'm saying. And if Tom DiMaggio wins 3 features this year, you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's how I think of who should win.
If it's Southern New England, I would probably pick Chapman and the SK Lights.
Yeah.
If we expand it though, you got the guy that Tapley's told us about that's
Has
like
won
undefeated,
every
right?
race.
Joey Dwyron's won like what, 100,
Oh, that's
over
a-
100,000.
right. He
right? That
deserves a
dude,
mention.
The past guy, yep.
Big time.
I got to check in on him.
Because
by the way.
he won. What's his name? How do you say his name, Rem?
Dwyron.
Dwyron.
Don't ask Rem.
me.
Yeah.
Remy's
Don't
like,
ask
don't
me.
ask me.
Don't you do that?
Dwyron.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of comments on here, but it's got to be somebody that has just, to me, almost like a sleeper that's come into their own this year.
Right.
Right? That's how I look at it. Like, I expected Hydar to run good, right? I think Tyler Chapman, the SK Light driver, I had no idea that they were going to be as bad fast as they are.
Well,
I mean,
they were clicking him off at the end of last year too. It's like
Yeah,
out
but-
of nowhere, but compared to Hydar, like
yeah, but
definitely.
the difference is though, for me, Hydar's in a class of his own there. So isn't Tyler Chapman in the SK Lights. The difference is there's 35 SK Lights that show up every week and he still continues to do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like there is some competition there, some cars that are really good, right? So
Keeter said I won the lawn stripping 500. Damn
Yeah,
straight.
Sid.
Damn straight.
Right.
You
I
get
actually
looking at my skag, I'll
spectated a
kick
little
your
bit of
ass.
that.
right,
If
right.
this conversation was a month ago, I think Corey DiMatteo.
Yeah, right.
A month
Right,
ago,
right,
I'd say him
right.
because he
That's a
showed up
great
with
pick.
the 11 car, and they were like a new version this year at the beginning of the year.
He's
Yeah.
still, but he
That's a
still
great call.
could be though.
Right.
Dude, there was even a moment when I could say like Troy Talman or something like
Yeah.
that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
Yeah.
he was popping off too for a little
It's
bit.
amazing how it changes,
So
from week to week
rapidly.
sometimes. Yeah.
But you could even say something about so Gamba Corda.
Yeah.
He was.
Right,
I mean,
he
that
came out
dude
of the
was.
gate
I mean,
strong.
he was eating everybody's lunch the first 6 races.
What about after the icebreaker? What we thought with Al Stone and John Pulio were dominant in their
right.
wins.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. It's crazy how things
Yeah,
change.
I don't know, man. Yeah, Krishane's a good one is Varicchio. That's the one. That's the guy
Absolutely.
that I'm talking about. A guy like him who just digs down deep and goes. I mean, I can only speak for what I watch every week. He has been a big surprise. And the great part about him is it's hard not to be a fan of that guy.
Yeah.
Because he races really clean.
Right.
And I don't care, as fast as he is every week, to me, he's still the underdog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
He's still the underdog, and week in and week out, he's on the podium.
Yeah.
I don't care if he starts 17th.
Right.
He's on the podium.
He's second in points.
Yeah, he's nasty. He's nasty. So
Yep. I don't know. I probably would have to chalk it up to SK Light Chapman.
How about
just
wait,
because that's like the one driver that throughout the entire season I can look at on the starting lineup and going, oh, like, yeah, watch out for Chapman. Besides Hydar, of course, but that's no surprise.
Fran had a good one.
Who?
Moeller.
Yeah, but he hasn't won.
Yeah, he's the point leader. He was the point leader at both tracks.
I don't know.
We
I'm
can't-
looking for wins here.
Yeah, you're not in the conversation for winning 3.5 months if you haven't won a race yet.
For the point leader of that series, you hear about him awfully, like, not a lot. You know what I mean? I'm no offense.
Awfully not a lot.
Awfully
He
not a
flies
lot.
under the radar. Like,
He does
does,
fly
you
under
know
the
what I mean?
radar.
I mean,
But
he's
his-
having a consistent season, but I mean, when we're talking about who won the month or the first half of the season, whatever how we're saying it,
Yeah.
I don't think that goes to somebody.
Yeah, I
who
mean, if he
hasn't
had
won a
like 4 or
race.
5 wins to go along with it,
Yeah,
I
but
would say
that's
almost
been his
absolutely.
style. His whole career has
Yeah.
been under the radar.
Since when? Since he was about 14.
12.
Okay.
You have a pick?
What? I don't
Jake
know. It's
Johnson.
tough because, no one's like.
You watch Flo every week, right?
I watch Flow every week, but I watch all sorts of like everything. I don't know. It's tough because I can't get, so I watch Stafford. That's it, because that's the
Right.
only thing I can watch.
Right,
Or
right.
else I have to drive there. you know?
Right.
So it's tough. And
Bonza-
Stafford's a mess. It's
Yeah.
like rolling the dice every week who's going to be good. And you see a guy win one week and then he finishes 13th the next race.
Right.
It's weird.
Especially
Yeah,
in
but
the SKs. Yeah.
That goes to show how good the division is. And to speak of that, Mikey Christopher
yeah.
That's what
deserves
Bonzo
to
was
be
saying.
in that.
Yeah,
he
he's
I
won.
agree.
Yeah.
He's in the conversation.
Dude, he
With the
won.
tour race or
'Cause
the open
he's had
race?
some
Yes.
ripping
With the open
moments.
race,
and came back and smacked him up in the SK.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
like an hour later. Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, God, you could go on and on and on about this one.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what you know when you have good races around.
Right.
So
You
you
just-
got any final opinions?
Me?
Any consensus? No, anybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I'm going Chapman.
Yeah, I'm
SK
going
Light.
Chapman.
SK Lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rems, what do you got?
I would go with someone different, like Paul Verrecchio.
Okay.
No, I would too.
No, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
That's not bad.
Verrecchio is a great pick.
Doesn't seem like Seekonk has a winner every week either. It
Well,
seems like they're very
so-
scrambled up too.
Yeah, they
Adam
are.
Petty was on my radar for
Yeah,
that.
he won 3 in a row.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right.
Adam
Yeah.
Petty, I forgot to.
He's
I was,
a wheel.
Dude,
He
he's
gets
a
after it.
wheel.
He gets after it.
He won like 3 or 4
He's
straight.
3 in a row.
There we
he
go.
won.
There's mine right there.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
a good one. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Now here's my last topic here, and this one I'm a little shocked to see.
Okay.
The NASCAR Regional Facebook account posted some power rankings for NASCAR Regional, which essentially is just a blanket term for everything that's not the top 3 divisions in ARCA, right? So these are their rankings of drivers in the regional series. All right.
I'm ready to get pissed off. Go.
Here we go, 1 through 10. And first we have Connor Zillage.
Never heard of him.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Oh,
What do you want me to tell you?
Diego, if you're already mad,
We
it's going to
talked
get a lot
about
worse.
this.
It's going to get so much worse, man. Second, William Sawallich.
Never heard of him.
Are you? Dude,
Nope.
What?
It gets worse. Diego.
do a little
I
deep
swear.
dive in, please.
I
I
swear.
don't want to.
3, Connor Hall.
Never heard of him.
Are you?
He's
dude,
good though. No,
stop.
he's good.
He's nasty.
He's good.
Does he race modifieds?
Dude,
Never heard of him.
come on.
Continue.
4th, Justin Bonsignor. Finally. Okay. I'm like, all right, maybe he should be 1, 2.
I'm aware of him.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Aware. 5, Austin Beers.
Wait, this is for this week?
Yes.
Justin Bonsignor
This was
is-
posted today.
Where is Justin?
4th.
Fourth.
Austin Beers is 5th.
All right. Justin, don't get me wrong. Very good. But the last, how many races? What? We had the last 2
It's been a
races.
little bit.
He hasn't
Where is he?
doesn't anything cool,
Right.
right? No, don't get me wrong. The beginning of the year, yeah, he did some cool stuff, and yeah, he's having a good year. But if it's this week, we're going off the last week.
Yeah.
That's a great
And these
one.
change every week. These are
Wh-
completely updated
Why?
every single week.
Why is he ahead of Austin in this case?
Well, it gets much worse for
like,
the mod
well,
drivers.
I just don't understand that.
Much worse. 6th, I've never heard this name, so I apologize if I butcher it. Sean Hingarani.
Now,
Not
why
a
is it
clue.
okay that he's never heard of that name? But I
Has
got
anyone?
butchered on the top 3.
What's his name?
Hingarani, Hingorani.
Nobody likes that dude. Carry on.
Okay. 7th, Tyler Reef.
Never heard of him.
8th, Trevor Catalano.
Okay.
9th, Keith Helton.
Never heard of him.
Okay, and remember all the names that I just said?
Yeah.
10th, Ron Silk.
Yeah. Dropped 4 positions, by the way. I see this here.
Yes, he has fallen from 6th last week to 10th.
Does
now.
anybody know? So is this for like national titles
No,
or
it's
regional?
just,
It's only
it's
NASCAR
just an
stuff.
opinionated list, and
Yeah.
it completely. And
in a-
sometimes they'll just throw like Bubba Pollard in there. What does he run NASCAR related? Nothing.
Right, you're right.
It's a complete mess. I can't stand it because there's no
Well,
rhyme or reason.
so
to it.
wait. So this is for pure entertainment
Well,
factors?
it's total NASCAR centric, right? So
Right.
like Ron Silk, they're not taking into consideration all where we see him race.
He's
Stafford
10th.
Open shows or the
there's
Monaco Modifieds.
It's a weird
It's
deal.
just the tour race.
No, and think of how many races Ron Silk has just dominated flat out this season. He is below
Right.
Bonsignor, Beers, and Trevor Catalano in the power rankings.
They need to explain what they're doing better.
I know. Can we
Jake,
get a
were you-
behind the
Just a
scenes
list.
look?
Like it's.
After you won at Monadnock, were you in the top 10 on this bad boy?
Yeah, so I was on it before that.
Oh, really?
And then I guess I got bumped probably this week or last. I don't know, but it's just it boils my blood
Go
because
ahead,
none of
Rams,
it.
throw it up.
yeah,
doesn't
let's
make
get it
any
up
sense.
there. Let's get it up.
there.
Get it up.
It's
It's a stupid
So where would
rankings.
you place those 4 mod
and then you
drivers
got
on this
people
list?
that are in different. I don't know. Is
I
it
don't-
off of this week? What are we going off of? Because
Right.
that brings up my Justin Bonsignor point. The last 2 races haven't been great for him. I mean, he's been all right. What he finished like 6th and 3rd,
Right.
and then but I just don't understand the.
Well, in my mind, power ranking sort of
What are we
like
going off
It's
of?
sort of like this like conglomerate where like you rank like the most recent event the highest.
That's what I think.
And then it's the second most recent event is the second highest, right? It's like a weighted system.
Like if we're going off the last tour race with a Lancaster, it should be Austin, Justin, Silk, but arguably you should put other people up there.
So Catalano just made it on this week. They didn't do it last
no,
week?
he was. I think last. That's why it's
Because it
such a
says
mess.
new.
Okay.
It
Oh yeah,
says
because
new.
Trevor's up there, and Trevor just won.
Switch to somebody
but
else.
I
It's,
don't know. I can't take.
it says new on there. So
They need to
I
explain what they're doing before they
no,
do it.
I mean like Course Shade said, it's very obvious they're just kind of throwing names into a hat,
It's
grabbing them out.
a
But
mess.
it is just
Yeah.
sort of fun to debate that because when I got sent that earlier and I was like, really?
what I
Like
what I
what is
just-
this? What is the ranking?
It's even better as the drivers to watch one. They throw that out there like on the other half of the week,
Right.
and it's just a random. You got like 3 kids that you've never heard of, and then you got 2 guys that never need to be watched
Yeah.
because everyone knows who they are.
What I
Right.
can't believe is that my friend Tom DiMaggio didn't know the first 3 names.
Why would I? I don't.
Yeah, the first. Yeah.
You guys act like I'm supposed to watch NASCAR.
Is
I'm
the
not
Zillage
watching
kid? Is
NASCAR.
that the road course one too? Like
No,
he did the road
he
course
drives for Kevin Harvick.
Because there's 2 names that are like
William?
Connor or something. The
So-
one's pretty cool. I don't.
Yep.
It might be him.
Connor Hall runs all
The late model stock stuff, and he's the man.
yeah,
Yep.
he wins everything.
Yeah, everything. He's
Where's he win him?
late model stock world?
Where?
Down south?
Langley, I think he's like Virginia, right?
Why would
No, so he ran like Hickory. He
would I
runs
think I
all
would
the
know
car
that?
store.
Why would you? Think
You
I
don't
would-
ever watch any car, but you don't.
No,
You have a racing podcast.
I know. If you don't race, it's a southern. No, it's a southern New England racing podcast. If you don't race in southern New England, I don't pay attention to you.
Yeah.
That's
it.
fair.
That's it.
That's great.
Only so much
man.
time in the week.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Jake's great, man.
Oh man, what a zinger right there!
Oh, this is awesome.
And that was the Popcorn Stat Chat, everybody.
All right, well done, my friend.
Yep.
All right, so listen, let's get to the next one here, Rams. I was not really ready for that. I thought Rob was going to babble about something else here real quick.
So I can talk about like aero packages.
No.
We'll hold off on that till next week.
Please
No,
don't.
hey, we got it
Rather
ready.
listen
Never
to me
mind.
babble around. Yeah, all right, what are we doing? Let's do a little did you know, right? Yeah.
Let's
all
do
right.
it.
All right, let's hit it. All right, big thanks to Broadbrook Heating and Cooling for keeping this segment going. Really appreciate it. This one's going to have a little video clip to it now.
All right.
So we've talked about this before. This is another somewhat of a anniversary of types. August 2nd, which was a few days ago. August 2nd, 1981 was the 43rd anniversary of Ron Bouchard's win at Talladega. So, because I've talked about this, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, I went on YouTube and I found the last lap. Now, keep in mind, this is 1981, so the video footage is not great.
It's
but
gonna have that like that
Check it
light
out,
streaking and everything. Oh yeah.
So Bouchard is in third here. That's him in the yellow car there in third. Racehall Farms, Jack Beebe owned car.
Why do they sound like 4 cylinders?
It's just a bad audio from the
Yeah,
dag.
probably.
Oh, maybe I gave you a little extra lap. Oh, yeah, here we go. There it is. Boom.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, there was a maybe some old farts like me in the chat can confirm. Something happened with that race. I don't believe they showed it live, and I think they had to go back on like.
Bonzo literally just said it. He said it as you were saying that. Yeah.
So, yeah, Ken Squires announcing, of course. Yep. So, anyways, we've talked about that one several times. That was really. There was other guys like Pete Hamilton was a New Englander, won the Daytona 500.
Yep. But
Bouchard was the true first New England-centric
that's cool.
modified guy to get it done on the Cup Series level. So,
and that's a crazy track to do it on, too.
So Pete Hamilton and me are the only people from New England to ever win at the Five Flags Derby weekend.
Come on.
Yeah.
Stop.
Nice.
No,
No
that's
shot.
real. That's a fact.
Wow.
Jake Johnson throwing down some
Hell
history.
yeah.
I
Can
like
I get
that.
a hell yeah?
Yeah, that's great,
It's a little
man.
extension of Did You Know this week.
Yeah,
Very
tremendous.
nice.
I should have handed over the controls to
Yeah.
you, guy. You could have taken care of it.
That's awesome.
All right, I have a feeling that Diego is just going to be absolutely insufferable in this one, but I guess we'll have to get to it anyways.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. We all know. Here we go. Here's the racedaycc.com stupid weekly pick'ems.
Stupid.
Wait for it. Oh, it's all kinds of tightening up. All
Wait, that's
kinds of
better for me
tightening
than
up.
I
No
thought.
shit.
Oh, jeez.
I'm on the board. I'm on the board.
Remy, don't film him.
Hell yeah.
Hold on, I got to check on the pass race. What's going on here? Nothing?
No,
okay.
no.
right,
Just start the
time's up.
segment.
That's
That
it.
one don't count. It's over.
So the pass race is about to get started here, but if it was going to get in before we started this segment, I could have still taken the win, but Joey wasn't really doing that great, it seemed, in the heats anyway, so.
Womp womp.
All right, Diego, go put the graphic back up there, Rem. We're gonna take a look-see at this again. All right, so everybody but Remy got a win. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was correct.
This
Rem.
is
I couldn't really
this
tell.
what I mean. You guys, what a
Can't-
turn of events we've had here. You know.
Can I just say,
Yes.
it was not my fault that the trucks did not race at Waterford.
Whatever.
Because there's a sheet that we have.
Here we go.
And I was told that the trucks were racing. I should have
see.
gotten.
Should have done your research,
Something.
I know. Do your own research.
which is ironic coming from me, but whatever.
Right?
I'm going to tell you this though. We is on a roll.
No, it's tight.
Oh,
It's
it
tight.
was coming through. Remy was going from first place in a couple weeks to last place.
Yep. That's because you got lippy, Rem. You got all kinds of chirpy, and now you're paying
Oh,
the price.
I know how much you guys love
Yeah.
me.
All right, go.
In the
So,
group chat.
Stop talking. Stop.
You're
Wait,
so
what?
Just get it over with. Come
annoying.
on.
So you were right about this being insufferable. My
Why?
God.
It's been one of the greatest episodes. I love this stuff. I absolutely love it.
Let's
All
go.
right. What?
Come on.
Make
Make
Oh,
your
I'm
damn
first.
picks.
Oh my God.
Hey, listen. Thank you,
Oh,
thank
I don't
you.
want to.
I go first. Thank you.
Yeah,
very
we
much.
know.
Go.
Zip it. Okay, you ready?
Snail
Yeah.
speed.
Okay. We're going to go because all right.
Just talk.
Mind it.
Right, we don't need
We're
the
going.
explanations.
We're
Just
going.
give us the
We're
damn
going
names.
Thompson Speedway, right?
Yeah.
I'm going in order. 604s.
Yep.
I'm going with Keith Rocco.
Of
Okay.
course you are.
Yeah, don't be mad. Don't hate.
Cassie
Wow.
might be.
Stafford Speedway. You're gonna love this one. Late model race.
Which one?
I knew you were gonna say that. I'm going second race.
Ooh.
Adam Gray.
He'll win the first.
Can I go first?
Nope.
Well, here's
No,
what. No, here's.
no.
Oh,
You
I got
already
a
said
question.
it.
No,
No, wait.
no, the pick is in.
No,
Card
wait, no.
laid, card played. Once you say it, it's locked in. Nice try.
You
Carry
guys
on.
love to put me. They
That's
love
right.
to do this to me, Jake.
No, because you always try
Oh,
a little sneaky, like
Fro, I do not. You guys are always
open mods at Stafford are touring. Okay.
What's the rule on a rain? If it rains out that week, do you just
Rains
lose?
out, you
Pick?
get it's a push basically.
Oh, it gets
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a push.
yeah,
so.
you can pick them
Oh, so
again.
you lose a point if you don't
Yeah.
get it?
Well,
no,
we stopped tracking the losses. We
Oh,
only track
all right.
wins because
Yeah.
we're that bad at it.
It was too
Yeah.
humiliating.
Yeah, it
But
was
me
bad.
and Sid started the year. We were living in the cellar,
yeah,
and now, as the season progresses,
yeah,
rolling?
it's all
the
it's all
cream
tightened
always
up.
rises
Yep.
to the top. You know what I mean?
These guys got lucky.
So I'm going Waterford Speedbowl,
Yep.
Legend Cars, PJ Evans.
Wow. Remy's not happy with you, but go ahead.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Seekonk.
See, conk.
I'm going in the Streeter division.
Sportsman.
Sportsman's.
Streeter.
Streeter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Streeter.
All right, Jake, keeping it real.
A Petty.
Okay.
Bringing
nice.
it back to Victory Lane again this week.
That's a good one.
Okay. Touring series. What touring series do we have?
So there's the tri-track race, and then there's the MRS race on Sunday at Lee.
I already had mine picked. I knew that.
Okay, go.
I'm going Tri-Track.
You going Jake
Let's
the Jet?
go.
Nice.
Jake Johnson.
All right, well
Getting
done.
it done at the bowl. I'll be
All right.
reeling on that black 15. You got any T-shirts?
Yeah.
I'll take one.
Sold.
All right.
Okay. I could have done mine on the chalkboard. It's just so chalky. So just heads
Is it
up.
that bad, Sid?
I mean,
Don't
I
do
need
that.
some wins. I gotta
Dude.
I gotta put you in your place. I can't have you in first anymore.
You see, you like to talk as much as I do.
I know I'm pretty bad. All right, Thompson, Chapman, SK Lights, Stafford, Haidar, Streeters,
Dude, stop.
Speedbowl, Chapman, Trucks,
Dude, you're such...
Seaconk, Dave Darling, Pro Stocks,
Oh, man.
Hirschman, Tri-Track Series. Chalk it up. Boom.
Oh, I hope that backfires on you so
me
bad.
too.
Suck
So
it.
I
bad.
can't wait. Can we hang out during a couple of these races?
You can suck it. Oh my god. All
Oh,
right.
Remy, I'd like to say you go next, but you
No,
don't.
Fro.
Oh, this is awesome.
right.
Poor Rebs.
I'm
Now
not
keep in
crying.
mind, I don't make a lot of chalky weeks here.
That's why you don't have a great
Yeah.
score.
Okay. No. Let's keep it straight here. I am setting up for the dramatics. Okay. I'm always one for the big screens.
Okay.
And so when we get this late season stretch here, you guys are going to be real shocked. Okay, at these Travis Haidar
Just
picks,
give
these
us the
Hirschman
names.
picks, okay, these Chapman picks, they're all going to come, but just wait.
All right.
Stafford, late model, race 2, Chris Meyer.
Whoa, all right.
Waterford, I got Charlie Beal in the truck. He's taking down Chapman this week.
All right.
Don't say all right. This is not nice, okay? This is mean-spirited.
Okay.
Thompson, I got my man here, Jake Johnson, in the
Let's
late
go.
model.
I got
First
a lot of
time.
pressure this week.
Whoa,
Okay.
twice.
Listen, this is the first time I've ever picked someone who's been in studio.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
No, that's a lie.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
who
not
did I
true.
pick?
You picked
Pick
Woody.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yes.
No, I
Yes,
I
you
never
did.
Yes, you
picked
did.
them.
Yes, you did.
Because
Yes,
they
you
rained
did.
out.
Yeah, he fainted right here in the studio.
Yeah, he
when
fell
you picked
over.
him.
Was that week?
Yes.
I don't remember because I end up not taking that race. Remember?
Well, it ended up. That's true. It kept getting rained out, so ultimately you did not pick him. That was the
alright.
open 80 that kept getting
Okay.
pushed out.
Oh, yeah, that was kind of a nightmare.
Yep.
Christina, I'm sorry about last week. I see you in the chat. I'm sorry.
I want to see the throat. I want to see the throat punch.
Me
We'll-
too.
We'll be filming.
We'll
Sid's
film it,
View
yes.
on Saturday.
Yeah, we'll get it on
Christina.
live, don't you
Oh, but
worry.
the SK lights are off. We'll figure
what a
something
shame.
out.
Show up anyway.
We'll have
You
to,
can get the
we'll have
budget.
to drive her in just for that.
Seaconk, I got Adam Petty as well.
Oh.
Copycat.
Nope, had it written in the cards. Always in the cards. It's been there since a few hours ago.
Yo, Rob is funny.
And touring, I have Steven Kopchik winning. Monaco.
Whoa, okay.
Yep.
He's been running strong.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully he keeps it up.
Oh yeah.
Good for you, buddy.
I notice a lot of people
You
are
always
copying
end it with
me.
that, man. You always end it with
What?
that.
It's encouragement.
No,
We're all
no,
friends here.
no,
We're
no.
one big family.
There's an air of sarcasm.
Deep
with that.
down, I want you to do well.
Right.
Liar. Rem,
All right. You can suck it.
go.
All right. Thompson, I'll go with Street Stocks, Ryan Waterman. Stafford, I'll go with SK, Marcello Rufano. Waterford, Legend Card, Jace Mongian. Seaconk, Truck, Tim Bolger Jr. And then I'll go with Tri-Track. And I'll go with Jake Johnson as well.
Wow.
Jake,
That's
you got a lot of
fun,
Jesus
Jake.
on you this week, man. The
Hell
Sid's View
yeah.
curse is going to be heavy on you this week.
Well, you
Put
must
that
know.
on me.
Yeah, you're good. If you
Hey,
get
it's already
picked
been
3
put
times.
on you.
No.
Oh, hell
All right,
yeah.
so listen, I'll have to post these bad boys by tomorrow morning because racing starts tomorrow. So
Real.
we'll get on that. Listen, this is an unbelievable doozy we have for this week's Pop Culture Minute,
Oh, boy.
and it's brought to you by our friends over at Myers Creamery. All right. Now, I did this one especially for Rob and Remy.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they know about this, but our man Diego, he should have an IMDb card because he had a cameo in a little movie called 3 Weeks to Daytona.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys familiar with this movie?
Nope.
Jake, have you ever heard of
Not
this
a
movie?
clue.
So this movie was filmed at the Waterford Speedbowl.
3 weeks to Daytona?
Yeah, it's. I hate being mean because I know what it's like to put a lot of work behind a production. This is a terrible movie. It's not good. The whole premise is that if they win a big race at the Speedbowl, they can race at Daytona.
Oh, that's
For
very
the Daytona
realistic.
500, and like they're almost at the end of the season, which doesn't make sense because it would be February if it's Daytona 500. But
Is this a hypothetical or this is real?
this was it's a real movie, but
Right.
it's a movie. So, anyways, it's on YouTube. Let me crank it up for you here. Hold on. So this scene, you're gonna know this is the beautiful, the old, beautiful Speedbowl.
Oh, with all those signs on the
old,
back.
with the old fence, and
Yep,
the
old
wooden
stands.
grandstands, and
My God.
the weathered. So just wait for it here. This guy's got a lot of thinking to do.
This is great.
He's gonna walk up into the old tower. Look at that when we set the
Oh,
tower.
God, look what they took from us,
Now
man.
hold on it.
NASCAR season.
Wait for
It's
it.
where all of NASCAR's big guns come out. All, of course, hoping for a chance to win the Daytona 500.
Now this is Rip Torn, a rather famous actor. He must have. This is a take the money and run effort right here.
Boys, pretty boys, I got nothing on us. So
Okay.
come down here to the Speedbowl. We'll show 'em
Speedboat. Oh, we got caught by. We gotta
No,
pay
it's a
some
mobile
bills.
game.
It's free on YouTube. What are you gonna do?
Man.
That's your
kinda
boy.
sick.
So wait a minute. That's Joe Curioso right there. And look at this young guy right
Oh,
here.
who's
in the
that
background.
strapping
Look at
young
that guy.
fellow?
So you really
Look at
think
him.
one of us could be the cup driver?
Well, I'm not talking about you.
Look at him. He's on his little tippy toes, just waiting there, hanging.
You got an
That's
ice
it.
water in
Diego, do you remember that?
I don't. I don't even remember that.
Wow.
Is that me?
Yes, that's you.
Who
That's
else is that?
100%
Oh, you know
you.
I'm fried. I don't even remember that. Wow.
That is 100%.
I gotta go back. I'm gonna show my kids that.
That's 100% you there, guy.
I got
Let me
something
see
to
that
watch
again.
when I
Can I
get
see
home.
that again?
I mean, it's quick. I mean, how many times we got to play it here, you know?
Just freeze it on him.
That's Joe Curioso, and then that's you.
Oh,
right there.
that dude is handsome.
Well, I'm not talking about you.
Diego, why didn't you kickstart your
about
acting
buddy
career
over
off with this masterpiece?
Yeah,
I was an
Got
extra.
ice water in
yeah.
this
And then
thing.
there's the end here. I think you walk out here or something
Got
at
a
the
real
end.
businessman's coming in here.
And then get the hell out of there,
Guy?
Diego, and you walk out. And then that's it.
Wow.
I like his commercial.
You don't remember that at all, huh?
So did they
Wow.
specifically get you, do you think, or did they just say, oh, there's some random drivers over there, like, come here, we need you for this shoot?
That's
Oh,
awesome.
Tapley, you're in this movie as well?
Oh, no chance.
Wow. Yeah, it was not a good movie, man. It's. I mean,
I liked it.
I'm sure you did. We went
I'm
over.
in it.
We went over the movies you like, and it's no surprise.
You
that
like,
actually
you remember
this
that
one.
you like it, but you don't remember that you're in it?
I know.
That's crazy.
That's delusional.
My
So, anyways, Diego,
Thank you for that,
If
Sid.
only you could have got a line in the movie, maybe you'd have a Screen Actors Guild card or something.
For
you know what I
real.
mean? But listen, Joe Curioso got the better shot in that scene. That's all I know.
Whatever.
All right, you're just rocking there on your tippy toes,
Yep.
like your fro or something.
Yeah, or Teddy.
All right, let's wrap it up here. Let's try to find out who won the week, shall we? Listen, our man Jake, he's ready to roll. Let's get this after this. Busy Bee Learning Center live chat. Get yourself ready. We're going to figure out who won the week.
Who are you? Who are you?
Oh, we definitely got to put a colossal.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my God. I always laugh during the intro to that segment because I just think of Todd every time.
Yeah.
Why, Todd?
Yeah, we did it with Todd O, and he went.
Why?
He just stared into oblivion.
He just stared blankly
Oh,
into
it's
space.
great.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got here? So Keith Rocco is $5,000 richer. Austin Beers up at Lancaster. DJ Shaw, the Act Midsummer 250 at White Mountain. Travis Hydar got win number 9.
Gary Patno.
Gary Patno.
Hasn't won in 2 years.
Yep, retired in 2 years. Gomarlo, 50 lapper at the in the SK Lights. Take your pick. To me, I'm going. Well, let's see. Rocco, Austin Beers. I'm gonna go Rocco.
It's hard to vote Beers. I mean, even Beers is voting Rocco in chat.
Yeah,
he's in contention.
That's a good guy right there.
Yeah.
Who's that? Beers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing: are you voting EI Keith or IE Keith?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Well, the check was made out to IE Keith,
right?
So I think that's who.
I mean, he's $5,000.
That's the guy who's
richer,
$5,000.
Right,
richer,
but I saw Keith Rocco EI cross.
If
the
he
finish
spun
line.
the wheel better, could have been 10.
Right, for real.
Right.
I almost. You know what? I mean, now I got to double think that because that was a poor performance on the wheel, man. Very, very.
Oh, you're changing your pick on the
I'm
wheel?
thinking about it a little bit. No, I'm staying with him.
Yeah.
That spinning the wheel did not win the week, though. It was winning the race. Just to make that clear.
Okay, RJ Marcotte in the cards here.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm torn between Rocco and Beers.
Yeah.
I really am. I think I got to give the nod this week to Keith because it's his first 5K win and he's been at it a long time. Right? And it's one of the races that I think he's truly wanted to win. And he hasn't had the greatest of year. So it's nice to see that. So I'm going Keith Rocco.
Word.
I'm
putting in my my 2 cents for Pat Note, honestly.
That's a good pick.
I just feel like this win definitely means a lot to him. It also keeps the slot machine going that we've come to expect from that series.
Remy.
First win in 2 years, right?
Yeah.
That's got to count for something.
Real quick, can you put this screen up? I just want to know. I did find Tapley. That's him right there on the far right side of the screen there.
Let's see.
It's in the opening credits. I mean, if I press play, it's going to go away, but that's him right there.
Oh, look at him. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Look at the young guy he is right there. He's got his Kobaluk jacket on.
How long
chilling.
ago was that?
I don't know.
You don't know when that movie was made?
Let me see.
Probably like 05.
2011.
11?
Yep.
I should remember that. That's only...
I remember we were leaving Sid's View, and they were going out afterwards with, like, Curioso and Big Country. Out on the track.
Yeah,
they go out on the track. They had some pretty cool cameras, so that might even be where they shot that scene there with Tapley.
Yep.
And I thought, oh, that's cool. They got some really neat equipment.
Yeah,
and then
for sure.
We watched the movie, and like I said, it's tough to be brutal when I know what it's like to put a lot of effort behind something.
Right.
But it was a tough movie to watch. It's really bad.
Yeah, I'm going to have to tune into it.
I got it on DVD. Oh, it's on YouTube. It's free on YouTube.
I'm going to watch more of your stuff before
All right, I like
watch
that. There you go. That's a good answer.
Okay.
Good answer, guy.
Okay.
All right, Rob, what do we got for a tally? Jake, did you give us a vote on this?
I did not. But I had to go with Shaw because I think
it.
Because that 250, that's a big deal for those ACT guys because that's a change race for them, which never happens, which makes it, a little bit unique for them. And also the car count, what do you say, 10 people got sent home?
Yeah, that is a big
That's
win.
huge. That's a big race.
True.
And the ACT stuff, it's pretty cool because it's like it's in between, real big time expensive stuff and like your grassroots. It's kind of the perfect blend and you can meet in the middle there and you can see some kind of underdogs run good too. Not that Shaw is one, but it's a pretty big win. That's a big race.
That is a big win.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a big win for sure.
I like that.
It's definitely worth a mention.
All right.
All right, Rob, what do we got?
Here's the tally. RJ Marcotte with 1 vote. Gary Patno, I do like that pick, by the way. Gary Patno with 1 for myself. DJ Shaw with 2 votes. Austin Beers with 4. And the winner, Keith Rocco, 7 votes.
Nice. All right.
Not sure which Keith, but,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whoever cast
neither here nor there.
Right. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Another great show in the books. Be sure to follow us on socials. We'll have all kinds of reels every morning. And don't forget, we'll also throw out the pick'ems because we're getting started early this week. Diego, give us some shout-outs, brother.
Hey, thanks to Belltown Motors for the weekly update, Waddell Communications for the Nostalgia Nugget, Hoosier Tyrese for the Popcorn Stat Chat, Serve Pro for the Chalkboard Chatter, of course, Race Day CT for my favorite weekly pick'ems, Busy Bees Learning Center for Who Won the Week, Monaco Ford for the Results Ticker, Myers Creamery for the Pop Culture Minute, Broadbrook Heating and Cooling for Did You Know? And of course, DRC Electric for firing up the hot seat. And my man, Jake Johnson. Good dude. Great to have you, bro.
And thanks for having me on the pod.
Got it, brother.
Hell yeah.
Better win that late model race.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
The racing guys got a race coming up September 1st at Claremont. Don't miss it. Of course, Vault Productions for this kick-ass studio, man. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. And of course, all you awesome podcast members, thanks for being you and letting us do what we do. So keep it up. Thank you.
All right, everybody, getting back after it. All the Southern New England tracks are back in action. We'll be doing Sid's View at the Speedbowl with the Monaco Modifieds. We'll go over it all next Tuesday night. See you then.